we're not the same. All right, back into Tarkov. It's good. Oh my god. Oh. Someone's coming. Oh my god. Oh my god. I really thought I was so cooked there. MP7 flush rounds for the win. That was intense. Now the concern comes down to whether or not he had a teammate. Come on. Come on, legs. something way down there. And I guess at this tab, most likely. Or a raider. Okay, I'm gonna try and check this dude. My friends in Discord are incredibly loud. Did I not pack any extra ammos? Oh, there it is. Let's swap. Really nice AKS. Man, that dude almost killed me. I got really lucky. Blacked my leg out. I hobbled in. Thankfully, he was far enough away that I had time to recover. Well, I had time to pick drugs so that I had mobility again. Come on. On the ground for affiliate gang? I don't know what that means exactly. I would like to get affiliate, but I'm also not sure what all that does for you. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Well, then, yes, I would like to get there at some point. Uh, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, it'd be great if I could, you know, make any amount of money from this instead of making no money. But I also just I found that I really enjoy streaming and just having people to talk to all the time. Doing a giveaway. I mean, I wouldn't be against doing something like that at some point, but I think part of doing a giveaway requires having enough people around to do a giveaway. And I've got a few regulars when I'm streaming Valheim during the days, but no, nothing big yet. There's either the ladder inside the helicopter or at the spotlight over there. I mean, by all means, share away. That'd be great. But I don't have any plans right this second to do anything for a giveaway. I haven't really looked into doing anything like that. I just heard running. That was some real laggy shit by the looks of it. That looks like whisper rounds. Yuck. I don't know if those are valuable or not, but I'll set it aside. I mean, yeah, that's a fair concept, I would say. Like I said, I just don't have anything planned for that yet. I've only been streaming for like a month, so I'm still learning, you know? It said on this shelf, in front of the spotlight was an option. Did they change the alarm? Or is that sound coming from the body? Yeah, I just saw this bug. Okay, so I need to check the helicopter. You play Tarkov Youngblood? Wonder where that guy went. There's an air package over there. He made it to the other building. I'm going to downgrade this to just having the 2 mags. Okay, gonna go, I think, through the water in the underground. Go up into White Bishop. See if I can't catch this guy. I always get a little nervous coming down here. You never quite know how beefy the people are that come down here. Ow. Pretty sure I just heard someone running in the underground. Someone's been here. Open this door is a risk. But I do need loot from the other side of this place. Okay, someone hit it, but they didn't want everything. A Desmond disc. I don't know what it is, but I'll take it. always got to check in the shirt. Okay. Oh, I guess Desmond's probably another streamer item. I'm gonna get out of the underground here. Someone has touched D2 already. Ow. Man, I gotta say, it is wild that they nerfed prestiging down to level 30. Made it a lot easier to be able to prestige, which is great. Someone's up here. It sounded like they were running outside, maybe. Wish I had a range I picked. Hmm.
Вон он, блядь! Ебашь его! Пиздец вам, раки ебаные! Вон он, упырь!
It's weird being the first one to take a shot when everything's quiet. Sounds like someone's under me. Train's there. Hey, Rubino. I was just tracking a player, but I don't know what happened to him. A lot of scavs all around. So many scavs, holy crap. Let's see, I stole someone's armor. If I want to get out with it, I will need to drop a bunch of things. I don't think the coffee is worth very much. Well, someone threw an explosive and then someone was shooting at my head. So I think I need to change my approach here. I need to get in that helicopter. check the basement real quick. No one hit it. I'm hitting it. Screw it. Okay. Worst case scenario, I don't leave with the armor. Oh, I need that skull ring. No ammo in that thing. That's fine. Oh. Care Group Labs green key. I don't think that those are incredibly valuable, but it is free money. I think they're like 200,000 rubles. I'm gonna dose up and try and get the item I need. Oh, who's that? Is that a raider? Come on. Hear you. But 3 minutes.
Нет никого.
Okay. The guy that I killed out here looks like a raider. Can't say for sure until I can check him. I don't need that anymore. I got that. That other guy's still alive. I'm almost out of time. I am going to SJ. Two and a half minutes. I gotta get up the mountain. Okay, that's enough repacking. else is coming. Just got a ditch. I'm gonna open this. 1.5 minutes. Yeah, I can do it. I'm a speedy guy. What the front door? I don't even know where he shot me from. Huh. Oh, intense. That was just a scav at the end? Really? I did kill a guard. Hmm. Hooey, hooey, hooey. Oh. Been together. I need the other one to hold you. Make your feet better. This visit.
Смотри-ка, кто нарисовал. Оставь у входа. Тут такое дело. Вертолет я тебе дам, но
Oh.
слишком опасно. Это не важно. Тогда слушай внимательно. Еще кое-что. Чао, Буратино.
Okay, Boreanas.
Заглядывай
It's apart.
еще.
Character task. Boreanas. Find an alternative transport to the icebreaker. So I have to talk to the BTR driver. So come rain on my parade. Wanna feel it. Because my head is in overdrive. I'm sorry, but it's true. And it's not worth it. I think we do. I think we do. need this. Green card I don't need. And I'm big. I ask. Told me. You can have my heart. Let's see. Those bottles are 140,000 each. But I'm carrier. Rains it pours and sky. Know that I am curious if she has to be concerned for her voice. Like, is she damaging it right now while she sings like this? Or is her voice okay? Like, she's like trained herself to be able to withstand singing like this. Because I know that, you know, some of them singers can rip their throat apart. But then alternatively, ones that like figure out how to do it right, I guess, you know, they can do it for a long time. Ooh, ooh, I think we're due, and now there's no way back. Healing stuff. Oh, 1,000,000. Nice. I thought it was only like 200,000. Easy mill. That pays for the key, honestly, or damn near. Not worth saving. Let me see if I can find a new one of you that's brand new. Yes, I can. I'll take it. See, the holy water's running. Town lost its speed. Eventually, if the time is running out, day after day, make the mundane a masterpiece. Oh my, oh my love. I take me, ordinary. Out you laying down, at a bed, on the day you drunk on your back. Angels up in the clouds, feel the snow and we found something to the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground, sanctuary. Better meet your touch, Lord, return me to dust. Angels up in the clouds, feel the snow. Oh, hallelujah. I think I want to switch to Valheim and come down because my adrenaline is up right now. I am feeling wired and I only got like an hour, a little more than an hour left. So I think coming down would be a good idea. Down staying drunk on your vine. Angels up in the clouds, jealous knowing we found. I need to spend some time selling shit at some point and just get rid of all of this stuff. The angels up in the clouds, they're jealous knowing we found something so heavenly, ecstasy to me, oh my. That's all your life. Lord, and found you laying me. You were dead and buried. Edge of your life. Staying drunk on your bum. Angels up in the clouds. Jealous on we found something so out. The ordinary. You got me kissing in the sanctuary. Every time I come around, you know you stay. Every time I sit down, let them take control. I can feel the paradise where they implode. And tonight I come in wonderful. Bad habit leads to lane station. Sure, I barely know. It'll be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose. Lose. Bad habits never face. Huh. Weird. It switched to Viking Valheim all on its own, but okay. It didn't do that last time. That's okay. Good times stop. Everything. Whoa! Oh, I was mid-flight before doing the recording. Let me actually rerun that recording real quick. And we go like this, and then we go load the lighthouse and hide that, and then run it. Bad habits. Took a long way from. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I like the other midsection ones. Right? It is a good weather for it. So the fins that I put on the midsection there, I think I'm going to take those off. And what I might do is build off of the bottom ones a little bit more, and then maybe just add some kind of a cross section in the middle. I don't know. I'm torn. Bad habits lead to. Oh. numb from the shock of it all. I wouldn't be against something on it, but I'm not sure that I want to do trophies. I don't know. So I was thinking that bottom section, I've got the fins on the lower section. I think instead of having it be fins that kind of come out at like a sideways V shape, I think what I might do is use more Grostine coming down from those. Make it look like, I don't know, like more supports coming off of it, maybe? I'm not sure. How was I to know? Crystalline castle, you best in the palm of your hand. Wide awake this time, burn it down. Oh, nothing to hide. You know, when I started pathing this, I didn't have a lighthouse, and so I was just kind of looking up, not knowing how big it was going to be. So in the initial one, there's literally just nothing here. And this pathing, I end up stopping in this position where it's like, or I go low right there, where it's like, I just don't know how big it's going to get. And then it got big. Honestly, magnificent weather for showcasing this thing. All right. Bum, ba-da-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-da-bum. Okay, let me see if I've got more Grostine out here still. Okay, there's some Grostine. So this is what I was thinking. Down here, first I'm gonna get rid of these pieces. They are unneeded no matter what I end up doing with the fins down here. So I put these columns down here thinking, oh, you know, that kind of, you know, builds them up, right? Like it makes a support going upward, but I don't think it fits. So I think what I was thinking about doing, maybe we'll do just a couple to test it and then take a look at it. So what I was thinking about doing was basically making this kind of a thing. Just like you always do. Already pulling me in. Already under my skin. I know exactly how this ends. Let me open just to watch me bleed. 12 for that one, 6 for that one. Those are the same value. Yeah, it's irrelevant. I was thinking something like this. And if I really wanted to, I could it's been decided how we lose. It might look too much like rocket fins, I think, if I do this. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, if I did this, around more places, it might look cool, but it might look too much like rocket fins. To be part of it. What if I only did like every other one? I guess that might make it look more like rocket fins, huh? Let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Of the emptiness machine. Watch any good TV shows lately? Me and my wife watched this one called From. It is a wild trip because it's confusing and you don't often know what's going on, and then it's like, okay, so From is essentially these people are driving. They come across a tree in the road. They go, oh, shit, okay, well, we'll turn around and go back the other way. It's going to take longer to get where we're going, but oh well. They turn around, they go back, and then all of a sudden they're driving through like this little pit stop of a town they didn't see on the way through the first time. And it's like, what? That's weird. The highway, like we literally just got off the highway. Why? What? But we must have missed a turn. Okay, well, we'll keep going for a minute and see if we can find the road. We must have just not been paying attention. Okay, no problem. So they keep driving. They're trying to find their way back on the highway to get turned around. When they're driving through town, there's people just kind of like looking at them like confused, like, why are you here? So, of course, they're getting kind of creeped out by the locals, and for good reason, if you see them like that. So they're doing their thing, driving, and then all of a sudden they're driving back into the town, and they're like, what happened? And the wife is like, you must have like missed the turn, and now you're on a loop. Like, it's fine, just drive through again. He's like, no, there was no turn. And she's like, it's fine, drive through. So they end up getting back into the town, and then they get stopped by the people, and the people are like, listen, this town is some sort of like a alternate dimension or something. We have nighttime, we have daytime, but like we're not connected with the rest of the world. We don't have phones, we don't have internet, we don't have any way of communicating with the outside world. We're stuck here, and at nighttime, if you're not inside one of the houses that have these special rune sigil things on in the window, you are at risk of being ripped apart by monsters. And the creepy part is that the monsters just look like humans. So that is a lot of stuff to have going on. And then you see the people, and they kind of look like, most of them look kind of like 1950s-esque, but they're very creepy. And they're talking to people like, hey, come outside, come be with us. And it's like, This is so weird. So, yeah, it's a trip. If you're into, I would say it's kind of psychological thriller-esque. Because, like, you don't know a whole lot about what's going on, and you're, like, waiting for people to, like, learn about things. Of course, it's semi-horror style vibe, because you do see some, you know, gruesome horror movie type things. But it's a trip. I think it's a great trip to be on. I think I'm gonna do this all the way around. I think I like it. That's a feeling I wanna get used to. One, two, three. Really? I burned through all that Grosty? Oh, I guess I didn't have that much on me because I put it all away. So I only had whatever I had destroyed. So it's not that they're stuck in time per se. It's that, like, they're not attached to the rest of reality. Like, if they go walking off into the woods, eventually they end up back in the town. If they follow the road always only leads back here. There are buildings, but the phones, you pick them up and there's just nothing. But then sometimes you answer the phone and somebody talks to you, but it does not seem human. So, like, all sorts of weird stuff happens to a bunch of people. And of course, they do the horror movie thing of, like, people don't often tell everyone else when something crazy just happened to them. So then, you know, people don't end up with all of the same levels of information, which makes it difficult for anyone to, like, put all the pieces together. It's classic horror movie tropes of things, but it's also like it's human nature to not want to admit that you're scared or confused or, you know, having troubles of some kind. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty common for people to not want to admit they're having issues. And so when people have issues here, they don't want to talk about it. Music got. Go to that one. Let's do this. Yes. So one of the guys, at some point during the show, he tries to communicate, and so he sets up a radio tower, and then a voice on the radio tells him, "No, Jim, you try and do that, and you're gonna feel the consequences." And he's like, "Well, what does that mean?" And then lightning strikes the tower, and it falls down and almost kills him. And then he's trying to find, how do they have electricity? Like, the houses have electricity. And he's like, it doesn't make any sense. Why do the houses have electricity if, like, we're being kept here by monsters? Like, why would they grant us electricity and, you know, that kind of a creature comfort situation? And so he breaks holes in the wall and starts digging into the wall to try and find where the electricity is coming from. He ends up digging into the basement and tracks wires just down into the dirt, but they end in the dirt. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, how does that make any sense? And it doesn't, but it's great because it keeps you guessing. And It's one of those things that when something is based on, you know, mythology, if you're suspending your belief of reality or certain things like monsters, you know, it means that they don't ever technically have to explain like how any of it worked, and it can still be good. And I'm here for it. If you ever watch the show Lost, it's got one of the same director, producer people, and one of the same writers. We're gonna go with this. I don't want to be able to fall in this thing accidentally. Ah, donk. 1, 2, 3, 4, bunk. 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 Okay, if I do this, I could also go 1, 2. 1, 2. That's almost perfectly across. Almost. So one of my thoughts here was I can put some ashen spikes around the edge to be like, you know, I guess you would say like a realistic deterrent if you had an island that you didn't want other people to get on. It would be pretty realistic for you to put some spikes up. I need more grassstein. So, you know what? Wayward Pines is one of the ones that I grabbed that I intend on watching but haven't watched yet. But it's one of those that, like, this looks like something I would like. Okay, I like this so far. Yeah, I've never watched Wayward Pines, but that is something I definitely want to watch. But if you liked Wayward Pines, then you might like From. It's got 4 seasons, I think. And I think its next season is going to be its last. But, like, tell you what, man. It's one of those shows that it gives you questions and it rarely gives you answers. So as long as you're not going to get too mad at that. Okay, I think... Oh, you know what? What if I did something here that was big? What if I did something like this? What would you trade the pain for? I'm not sure. Just a hammer and the statue of David. It's not letting me put it in the center because I don't have center point there because I used a bunch of small angles. Ugh. Be invited. Got to get up, got the feeling, get the feeling. Abandon my love. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. If this is set to center and I do this up to the other one, it could look like, you know, some kind of a support extending further up to the other one. What would you trade the pain for? I'm not sure. You were the sunshine. What would you trade the pain for? Now we gotta do what it takes. What do we think? I think that would look, I think that could look good. It would give it more depth. Big Bang Theory and before Malcolm in the Middle. So Big Bang Theory is one of those that I love, but it's also one of those that, like, realistically, it's not great, but I still love it. Huge fan of the silliness, the ridiculousness of that show and the implausible things. Sometimes their shit was a little over the top with the whole, like, making nerds out to be so ridiculous. But beyond that, I was pretty overall happy with the show. There are times where it's a little annoying that they change things to kind of like placate to the larger overall audience. Why is this not? Why does this seem wrong? What is happening here? Something's wrong about this one. You know, it's funny that you say that because they literally have a spin-off series that's getting ready to start. It is going to be, I guess, more dramedy because, or sci-fi dramedy because it's not like just Big Bang Theory. Stuart has the comic book store. Let's watch him be a comic book store owner. It is, called Stuart Saves the Universe, and it's running based on the premise is Stuart does something and accidentally activates a device created by Sheldon that turns out to be something that creates like alternate realities. And so Stuart is tasked with essentially trying to save the universe from this device. Why does that look wrong? Something's wrong here. Yeah, I am interested enough that I'm going to check it out, but I don't know that it's gonna scratch an itch for me, you know? Like it might not be what I want. But, you know, we'll see. But I will try it. Uh okay, that looks correct now. Weird. Okay, that one looks correct now. Oh yeah. I think that this will look good. We're gonna find out. Oh no, my tool is broken. Don't you hate it when your hammer breaks while you're in a weird position? Did you see that Malcolm in the Middle just got um a a second run? Well, they did a season as like a return to the characters to just kind of show what they're doing, but it was really just a small like 8 episode. That's it. It's over for Malcolm in the Middle. They have no intentions of continuing the story any further from what they did. Why is this one not connecting? Why is it being a butt? What in the hell? Paprika and cucumber direct from the field for breakfast? What are you doing with paprika and cucumber together? You're making barbecue cucumber chips? Well, okay, I say barbecue cucumber chips. I usually do smoked paprika as my choice for paprika. Oh, I was more so just curious and not against it. I've done I did this I don't know what you call it, is cucumber salad thing. Where it's basically sliced cucumber with other stuff. And so I did sliced cucumber and some cream cheese and some jalapeno. And so it was like cheesy with a little bit of spice, but not too much because it's just jalapeno. Probably some garlic and salt and pepper, and just kind of mix it all up together, and it was real tasty. I am out of rested buff again. I think I'm gonna have to bring over a little more Grosstein. Oh, I forgot I was doing that. I just heard someone. Hey there, little guy. I know there's different kinds of cucumbers. I don't know what kind I buy. I just buy the ones that are called cucumbers, but they're usually about a foot long. About like yay big. Cucumbers, I was never a fan of growing up. So, I'm still technically new to eating cucumbers because it's not my go-to, right? Like I'd rather have a bowl of carrots than a bowl of cucumbers. Just remembering that I needed to add things to my calorie counter. Oh, that's pretty cool. Just being able to, go pluck what you want to eat. Uh-oh. I have used most of the Grosstein here. I will definitely need to farm a ton of Grosstein if I'm going to do roofs of the other buildings in Grosstein, because look at how much those take. 5 a piece for any piece of roof. That's going to add up real quick. Yep. You know what? That might turn into something where using the catapult is super useful. Not catapult, the battering ram, because it does a ton of block damage. And you can kind of like rip through the stones in Ashlands with the battering ram. Right. I want to add a credit card. I'm trying to buy a piece of software and it just had me add the credit card, but then it didn't go anywhere. Like the page didn't load for me to be able to actually do the purchase. That's pretty great that you're able to do that. Just go out and, grab ingredients as you see fit. I don't know anything about farming and growing stuff. And in California, summer gets incredibly hot, and I'm pretty sure it requires, a little extra knowledge to be able to grow much in hot summers. Like next week, it's supposed to be 105. Let's see. Daily. Yeah, so another week and a half, and we're expected to see 105 degrees. Nah, I fell down. Ooh, I have another idea, too. I have another idea for a thing I can do. Yeah, we usually get that high once, maybe once in a while during summer, you know, like we'll have a couple days that high and then it, you know, cools back down. But we usually end up with a couple weeks worth of total of weather over 100 degrees. Yeah, I think last year our hottest was 113, I think. Darkness, my old friend. Come to talk with you again. Yeah, we're basically sea level here also. Um, 24 meters above sea level where I am. Uh-oh. That's wrong. Damn. And in the naked light I saw. And yeah. Same thing, just the other side of the world. Just gosh, 7,000 miles apart. Writing songs and voices in the sand. No one's there. I could still do this one, I think. Yeah. This will just run into the stone. That'll be fine. Cancer grows. Meh. Let go the sound of silence. People shouting death to them. There we go. Oh, one more. Okay. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of when they use bolts on the sides of something as like a support or a way of like, you know, fastening two things together that, you know, can't be directly fastened together. So they use bolts along the outside of a circular thing Oh, don't fall down. Oh. I've heard that there's a special place. No. Bitch. I know she's gonna scream, God, what have you done? Okay, we'll go off center, go up, and then I'll have to bring it back down. There we go. Much better. Boink, boink. No, 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 don't break out the wall. No, no, that's bad. And that's another reason why I left it all. I'm having wicked dreams. To see. Has been too good to me. Right? The hammer jumped. Did a lot of work. I don't want the hammer being all like, hammer, 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 and taking the work away. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. What do you think, Rubino? Pink Pony Club? Smash hit of 2025? Something fell behind. Okay. Let's see if we can get the other ones in. There we go. So this is the other thing I was thinking is I could also add something like this. If I can find a way that makes sense. I don't think it needs to go there. Yeah, is it going to be a humid one today? Well, I guess the heat and all the moisture on the ground will add for some extra, like, you know, stuck low humidity that's just going to make it muggy feeling. I don't know if you've ever lived somewhere with a really, really high humidity, but it is weird. When I was in the military, I was training in Georgia, the state Georgia, and they have really high humidity there. Like 99% humidity for many days of the summer. Craziness. all the problem child, cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. I'm done hiding, I'm done shining. Yeah, it's the weird sensation to feel pretty comfortable inside in the air conditioner, and you're like, yeah, this is okay. Like, this is not a big deal. This is, you know, not even as hot as California, because California, it's 108 degrees right now, and I'm over here and it's like, you know, 101. So like, I'm better off. But then come to find out that it's like 98% humidity or something, and you're like, oh, so hell is real. Got it. What do you think? Should I throw down something like this? I think that's got too much tilt to it. Yeah. When we're in the middle of summer, we will still have 95 degrees at 9, 10 p.m. It's weird. I'm not against it. Let's try without for now. Let me put the Grostine down. Pick up some wood. And throw some more plant. Oh, don't fall down. Throw some more plant life on here. A new sort of cafe. Is that just like is that like coffee but like flavored already? I'm not a coffee person, so I'm not sure on the terminology on like most of it. If I get coffee, it's like Starbucks with caramel and, you know, sugar or artificial sweetener, because coffee, yuck, doesn't taste good on its own. Feel the weight of my skin. Oh, hey, how's it going? Suji. Um, yes, I am live for now. I go to bed very soon. I got back on after dinner and getting my kids in bed. I read to my daughters every night, and we're going through Minecraft book series about some kids who are playing Minecraft with experimental VR. These are like maybe like fourth grade kids, give or take, third or fourth grade. So they're 9 or 10 years old in this story. They're youngsters and they have VR goggles, but VR goggles are like super experimental and they suck them into the Minecraft game. And so they've been playing in this sort of Minecraft world in the story. Not quite Minecraft, but it is. But like they feel like they're really there in the story. You know, like when they get into the VR, they're in it. You know, they can feel the sunlight. They, say ow when they get hurt. We're on the second series, and the first series was 5 books. This one's 6 books, and we're about to start book 4. My when I read to them, I usually try and give the characters a little bit of a voice, give them a little character. And so, a couple different times while reading these different stories, we've encountered characters that are big, big, muscular characters. And so, I always make them sound like stupid. They always get that kind of like big dumb jock vibe kind of thing. And my daughter, the one that turns 8 next month, she was like, "Dad, why do you always make some of the characters sound stupid?" I'm like, "Well, he's a big, slow, dumb character." And his line was something like, I don't remember the character's name, but let's say it's Trogdor. He's like, "Trogdor mad. Trogdor gonna hit you. Trogdor gonna find you." So it's like, it's not my fault that the character sounds like that. I may have made a choice, but like, did I really have a choice in it? I don't think I had a choice here. And she's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Like, she understood that it's a big dumb character, but she was like, "Why do you always make the different character voices?" But then at the same time, she's like, "I really like when you make the character voices. Can you read to us instead of Mom?" It's like, yes, I'm gonna read to you because it's our thing. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some spikes on these once I pop off the whatchamacallit, the wood border that I've got going, the catch-all border. Your daughter's 20. Yeah, so my oldest is 13 in October. He'll be 13. So I still have a lot of that super fun puberty and dating and all that fun stuff to look forward to. Like, he's got a girlfriend, but they don't talk to each other. They They don't see each other outside of school, and they don't have classes together. Kids are weird. I mean, I remember being his age and doing the same thing with, you know, have a girlfriend, but I don't know anything about what a girlfriend really means. Yeah, so his girlfriend doesn't text. She's like not big on technology, so she like puts her phone down and just doesn't touch it. And so he's like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna go game because she doesn't respond. So funny. Yep. My friends on Discord are chatting away about Path of Exile, and he was doing something with his character, and he's like, oh no, was this all I had to do? Am I dumb? And he's like, wait, don't answer that. And he's like, oh, I know Tinker's here. I know he's here. I know he's listening, and he's gonna run back to his computer just to say something. So that's why I unmuted from Discord real quick and was like, yep. In 2018. I don't know Path of Exile, so I don't really know what he's going on about, or was going on about, but any opportunity to confirm when he calls himself a dumb bitch, I'm like, sure, yeah, you are. Got it. I tried the first Path of Exile very briefly, and I just couldn't get into it. And I think that it's Diablo's fault, because when Diablo 4 was coming out, everyone was so hyped about it, and I had never played a Diablo game in my life, and everybody was, not Diablo 4, Diablo 3. When Diablo 3 was coming out, everybody was like, oh, they said they're going to do it like they did Diablo 2. It's going to be amazing. And like all this hype that they had about it. And I enjoyed myself initially. And then when I found out that like the game was actually really easy to beat, but the whole concept was that you play through all of the same content, only harder. I'm like, okay, sure. And I did, you know, the normal difficulty. I burned through that in, I don't know, whatever it was, a week or two or something. And then I burned through the next one in another week or two. And it's like, okay, so it's not that hard. And I get to hard, but not nightmare. Nightmare is like the ultra hard difficulty. I only got to the hard difficulty. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I guess now I have to slow down and like be forced to upgrade some pieces of gear to be able to even stand a chance. It's like, okay, I get, you know, having a roadblock like that, but also all of the gear is completely random. In World of Warcraft, when you kill something, you know what is on its loot table, you know, for the most part. You know what items can come off of it. And its loot table is usually about a dozen items. Bosses can have many more items, but they also drop a bunch of stuff. So like with World of Warcraft, you at least know a little bit more about what to expect. In Diablo, they don't do that. In Diablo, it's literally, oh yeah, this guy drops the Orb of Satisfaction, but the stats on the Orb of Satisfaction are completely random every single time. So if you want the best version for your class, you might have to go kill this dude 100 times or something just to get the one variant that you actually want. Not my cup of tea. And so once I realized that, I was out. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me anymore. I wish they had in this mod, the plant everything mod, I wish they had an alternate, like vine shape a little bit. Okay, I definitely like the girth that I gave it there, but I do feel like it needs some exterior lighting of some kind. I could see wisp torches because those have a nice little soft blue glow and they aren't affected by weather at all. But that might be kind of tedious. In the end, as I fade into the night. Whoa. It's almost that time. Oh, don't fall down. Wait, what was that? She's hot on your tail. Huh. You're gonna die. I feel like I need a little bit of a walkway out here. Actually. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. Okay. Oh. Oh, tomorrow's last day of school for the kiddos, and then we'll be starting summer vacation. Which means that when I do go live, there will likely be a lot of background noise because everyone's going to be home. I will not have any alone time unless it's the evening like this, which I might end up spending more time awake in the evening and avoiding the mornings, but I don't know yet. It also depends on whether or not I let the insomnia get a hold of me. I think that this looks good. Okay, break all these. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all of these supports, and then I'm gonna get rid of the woodcatcher down below. Grab all the extra bits here and there. How you would make another tomorrow morning? Whoa. Oh, you know what? Let me actually get some ash wood and do the spikes I intended before I take away the walkways. Oh, you know what? I can jump and be fine. I can take away the walkways. Ow. Oh, that feels like it's gonna cramp. Oh, fine. It's fine. One of the viewers was in here earlier talking about he went to Ashlands and fought a mini boss that I didn't even know existed. So now I'm excited that I've got something else to do in Ashlands that's not just, you know, go hit a fortress and move on. That's pretty cool. I don't have a rested buff on anymore. Let me get my stamina up before I break this one. Okay, so one of the other things I was going to do was I want to plant... Where is it? Not ash vine, not an ivy plant. Not a birch tree. No, I want a sapling for the Yagrasa tree. Beech sapling, birch, autumn birch, ancient. Oh, yeah, Yaga sapling. Okay. So I want to put one of those right here on this and see if I can get lucky on its growth and have it look good. I think wisp lights might end up being a good idea, but I don't want to add them right meow. Ooh. Oh yeah, sap. I was like, what the fuck did I come all the way back here for? And it was rested buff and sap. I'm gonna do another one here too. See if I can't get two decent looking growths. And then oh, it'll only go into dirt, not onto rock. Okay, that's okay. Oh yeah, ashwood. All right, get this up here. What else does this do that might be good? No, fiddlehead wouldn't look good out here, I don't think. Yeah, that's all fine. Get out, get out. Yeah, I could definitely do wisp torches here. The matter of where, though, is going to be the big question. Did the purchase complete or not, man? Let's see. Okay, so I guess I didn't complete that purchase I was trying to make. Okay. Ashwood. Bikes from Ashwood are 6 each. We'll take that much. I don't think I'll need that much, but we'll take that much. Tonight, angry cry, angry cry. Oh. Angry cry. I think that this is going to end up being a really nice touch. Yeah, I think this is a pretty cool build. Okay, we're gonna run the camera again. Yeah, and also the the rain is going right now too, so that's nifty. I think that ended up looking like a pretty interesting little addition, and it looks like it's support columns. It almost looks like a flying buttress if you ever learned about the art architecture. I think all that will be left is maybe some kind of a horizontal cross section somewhere. Really, Navi? Just try and walk right through me. Some kind of lighting. I might put a light behind each of the pillars at the bottom. Just as like a base of lighting. I think it looks pretty good. I really need to get caught up on editing instead of building, because I have all of these things that like I want to put screenshots up and share them out there, but I want to have the video ready to link it to for people to see. I think those spikes make really good sense down there too. Did a rabbit just run into the spikes? Yeah, I think that ended up looking pretty good. That storm just started above. The skies were clear a second ago, and the clouds just came together. Right. Thank you. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think overall it's a pretty good build. I think that this walkway turned out pretty good too. I need to finish doing the lighting underneath. So I need to do the lighting underneath over here. I had considered making, like cutting into this here so that I could make it somewhere over here so that I could connect it to the underground. I guess I could maybe go right here. Yeah, I could potentially cut in right here and get a walkway through here. That would work. I could do that. Something else is going to be hanging some banners in every, I don't know, every fifth one of these gaps. Hang a banner down for the green banners because I don't have any green banners showing from like if you were bringing your boat in here, and they should be showing every once in a while. So I need to do that. Although I'm curious, I might want to, instead of hanging them on this edge, I might want to put them on this back wall and have them hang in the back, just so that they're illuminated better from the light. And I'm not going to do this around the whole thing. I'm going to take those out. Definitely need to do something with the lighting on it, but that, and then yeah, figure out if and what I want to maybe do to the interior, other than torches every once in a while. I don't know what I might do. I could put a bed in here and like a table with some food, so that it's like this is, you know, where a lighthouse keeper stays. The other option would be, instead of down at the base, actually, what if I made a floor just below this one? You know, maybe right here or here. But I made a floor where you'd walk off onto the floor where there's a bed and a table in this area, as like this is where the lighthouse keeper would stay, just below the area to, you know, re-up the fire for the lighthouse. I don't know. Ideas are there. I just gotta. Sometimes it's literally just that I need to sit with an idea for a little bit before doing it, because it's like it's almost an idea, but not quite. And if I take action, then I might just end up having to undo shit anyways. Okay. I won't be on in the morning tomorrow. The 8-year-old, almost 8-year-old, has a school award event thing. Her teachers chose her as a recipient of a state award that's basically like outstanding student award. So not only is she a good student, but she's like, you know, a person that is a good person and a good example of a person to be. So she's got that in the morning. And then I have to head out and go get some x-rays. That'll be fun. And then probably have to make a stop at the store. Kids need toothpaste, if I can remember. You know, so just a few things. Stop at UPS to return packages. I need to go back to Amazon. So all sorts of things. So I'll get on at some point, but it probably won't be until afternoon for me, and then probably again in the evening, as I have been doing, where I, you know, hop on in these late hours for a little bit. So hopefully I see you at some point. And then I want to start the garrison building tomorrow up on the hillside, which will be up here. Whoop, went backwards accidentally. It'll be up here. Circular, maybe just squared off, but like gotta add some depth to the textures of it. But big building, balcony, gonna go all the way around, and I want to put the ballistas like on all the corners as if it were like, you know, like a last line of defense, stuff like that. But I wanted to look kind of grand inside, so I'm not quite sure yet how big I want to make it, but I want it to be like you walk in and it's just big. So maybe just a large square shape. I don't know. We'll see. And then once that's done, it's like a few fine touches and I can start building the other part of the city. So I'm excited because I have ideas for all of those things. Oh, so yeah, super fun stuff. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Look into From if you're interested in a crazy thing to watch, and I will look at the Pines again as something I might, you know, pick up to watch where I can, when I can. Yeah. All right. You have a good day, and